Dave Taylor here, and I want to talk about VPNs really briefly because I want to talk specifically about NordVPN. But I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about NordVPN and your Macintosh. Not sure what a VPN is? It's a virtual private network. We've got tons of resources so you can learn more about why you need to be using this if you're ever on any public network. But it's also true if you're on a Macintosh. I think a lot of Mac users feel like, oh, we don't need to run antivirus, we're safe, Macintosh users are never targeted. You're wrong. Turns out more viruses are being written for Macs than any other platform right now because they are opening up to vulnerabilities and because they're just becoming popular. But none of that even matters because with a VPN, we're talking about the safety of a public Wi-Fi network, and they're not very safe. And that doesn't matter whether you're on a Mac, on a Windows machine, Chromebook, iPad, whatever it is. If you're connecting to a public Wi-Fi network, you're putting your security and privacy at risk. Enter NordVPN. One of a number of different choices for VPNs, but Nord's done a really nice job. It's a really premium package and it works very well. Companies based out of Panama. They have a ton of users. They're very popular. They get a lot of servers. We'll come back to that. But what I want to show you is I want to show you how it works. So I have my Macintosh. We're going to go ahead and install NordVPN and then we're going to run it and see how it all works. So let's spin this around and let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are, we're at the NordVPN website and we're going to go ahead and download it for the Macintosh. And as you can see, it's super easy. So we will simply click Get Nord, and Get NordVPN. And we're going to have to go ahead and sign up for a plan. That's okay. Why don't we just do a 1-month plan, and I will actually go ahead and sign up. And so the next step is to create a secure account. I'm actually going to skip all this. You don't need to see me enter my credit card number, so we'll be back in just a second. Okay, so now we're ready to download. I've set up my account, and that's easily done with a click. And depending on your network connection, it might be quick, it might be slow. Let's go ahead and choose download again. There we go. Now it's downloading, and as you can see, it's about a 5-second download. It's super fast. Ready to go. Good. So now I'm just going to open it up. And let's see. And like many applications, all you have to do is drag it into your applications folder, and it takes a moment or two to copy, possibly even less, and it's ready to go. So if I go into applications, then somewhere down here is NordVPN. So let's go ahead and launch it. And let's see, it's an application downloaded. Yes, I do want to open it. Since this is the first time I'm running it, it needs to install itself. So I need to give it access to my system. And so we're ready to roll. We need to click on login way up here at the top. So I'm going to log in with the account I just created. And I can tell you the password, but I'm not going to. So we're logged in, and let's see, it has also an additional security system. So cool, we'll turn that on too. And I'm going to just click on this. It's going to find the closest server and it's going to connect me. And we are indeed connected. So that's how ridiculously easy it is to work with NordVPN. To disconnect, I simply click here, and now I'm disconnected. And while I'm disconnected, let's go ahead, and I want to go to a different site because there's actually a really interesting site called IP Info. And what I want to do is I want to look at what does it know about my current address. And here it's down at the bottom. 73.229.181.12 is my IP address. And it says, you're with Comcast Cable. It could actually figure out my location if I click on see more details. And sure enough, it puts me in Boulder, Colorado. That's where I am. But now let's go back to NordVPN and turn this on. And it's already connected, ready to roll. We go back here, and I'm going to go back to the home page and let it reload. We'll have to hit reload. And now notice it's different. And if we look at see more details, it now thinks that we are out of Denver. So it's moved us 60 miles. Why is that important? It's important because it's privacy. It means that I am no longer on my local network as far as the internet is concerned. I'm actually somewhere else. But where this gets even more interesting is, let's go to the country list. And so as you can see here, one of the things that makes NordVPN really cool is that it serves up the ability for you to work with any of their VPN servers anywhere in the world. If for some reason I want to have it look like I'm in South Africa, I can do that. And I can connect to the South Africa server. So that is all really great stuff, and it's really great for me to be able to use something like NordVPN to ensure my own privacy and security, and everything I'm doing is now encrypted on my local Wi-Fi network, which if I was at Starbucks, or at my local coffee shop as I am now, it becomes super important for me to actually have that privacy. So let's switch the computer back around. So that's how easy it is to work with NordVPN. It's super quick, it was easy to install, other than signing up and getting your payment stuff going, but that's not a big deal, and you do it once. And just like I said, when you're running NordVPN, you just launch it and then ignore it, and you just get on with everything you're doing regularly on the internet, whether you're on the web, whether you're in your email program, whether you're playing a game, whatever. It all is now secure because it's going through an encrypted VPN. Super nice. NordVPN itself is pretty interesting because it's based in Panama and they don't keep any logs, and that's actually pretty important because you don't actually want the VPN data there for a government agency or for some, who knows, some bad guys to go in and actually figure out, oh, that was you and that was the site you went to. So I really like that they don't keep any logs. They have a ton of servers in a ton of countries. You already saw that just a second ago, and that gives you a lot of flexibility, and it works in the other direction too. So if you're traveling in Spain or in Japan or in Africa, you can use NordVPN there to connect as if you're in the United States. So that can be very beneficial for services like movie streaming services, right? Where they want to know, are you based in this country? And you suddenly look like you still are. So very handy. It also is very much a premium service, but not a premium price. In fact, NordVPN, we looked at some prices a minute ago, but NordVPN actually has discounts all the time. They're constantly running promos, which brings me to VPN Mentor. Because here's the thing, is that there is a lot of what we can call fly-by-night VPN services online, that they're not really encrypted, they're not really safe, they might be archiving their log files just in case. They might not actually be encrypting at all. But NordVPN's really good, and one of the ways I know that is because I went to VPN Mentor and looked at all their user-based comments and reviews and saw that Nord gets very, very good reviews. And this is from actual users, hundreds of them. So it's not like, the company set it up and trying to trick you. And there's some of that on the internet too, unfortunately. But VPN Mentor sidesteps all of that. And more importantly, or perhaps just as importantly, they have some really nice online coupons. And pretty much every time I go, there's some sort of promo or discount for NordVPN. And that means you can get that same service and the same security, but you can get it at a lower rate. So how is that not a complete win? Anyway, I'm getting back to my VPN and I'm getting back to my work, and I hope this was super helpful for you.